Well, I guess I should do a little intro.
Yeah, I suppose
Hello
so.
and welcome to RADIOSTATIC, a new podcast starring me, Alistor the Radio Demon, and my lovely boyfriend. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Vox, the TV demon. Nice to see you all.
Lovely. Now, we don't really know what this is going to be about yet. We didn't quite discuss any of this.
We have no idea.
I suppose we can just talk about ourselves and experiences and let it go from there.
Very true, we can do that.
Anything new and exciting happen recently with you?
Oh, I don't know if you heard this earlier. I was talking to Danny about it. It was really funny. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Valentino tried talking to me earlier today.
Oh,
I know,
disgusting.
it wasn't fun. But I was like backing up into my office to try and like not be in that situation. And
Mhm.
Velvet tripped him, so he face planted onto the tile floor.
Oh, wonderful.
It was really funny.
Please tell me he bled.
He did. It was
Good.
really funny.
He deserves it.
I just closed my door and then I hear just Velvet say, "Oops, my bad."
Oh, whoopsies.
It was so funny. It was great.
That, for some reason, I'm sure someone has told this story before. However, I will be telling it again. It's one of my favorites.
Mm.
Uh, so do you know who in our system Vlad would be? Not the like young vampire child, but the one who was a snake.
Yes.
So he's around somewhere, I'm sure. But pardon me.
Okay.
There was a long time ago where, first of all, something very important about this story is that Vlad is someone who very much enjoys pain. Uh, in a
Oh
very
no.
certain way that I probably should not say on YouTube.
Oh no.
Uh, so I forget who, but it was, Jax and Vlad, and Vlad was walking into the kitchen, and someone, and again, could not remember for the life of me who, comes up behind him and winds up and slaps his rear end extraordinarily hard, and he falls to the floor
Oh.
in what I assume to be bliss,
Oh god.
and he lets out a bit of a moan, and
Oh
he looks
no.
back at them, and he goes, "Never do that in public again," and then he skitters off to his room.
Oh no.
Years ago, but I'd remember it like it was yesterday.
That's so
Oh,
funny.
it's so stupid.
Oh gosh. What other we can just have this episode be funny stories from In System.
Oh, always, I love funny stories.
Funny stories from In System. Okay. What's a good one? Oh, there was one time Nifty didn't know what catnip was.
Aw.
And and she thought it was just tea. Like unsteeped
Uh,
tea leaves.
how?
Because she's both innocent and not at the same time. She thought it was
Yes.
unsteeped tea leaves because she
Oh,
found
dear.
some in Husk's drawer. And it was like, why does he keep tea in his drawer? And I think there was
Oh,
like one day where he had like a
goodness.
cold. And so
Oh,
Nifty was like,
dear.
oh, I can just make him some of the tea that is in his drawer.
Oh, no.
It was so funny.
And then he just gets all hyper. Oh, that's very silly.
He was so like bouncing off the walls. Terrible cold.
Oh,
Bouncing off the
dear.
walls for about a solid 15 minutes and then laying in bed staring at the ceiling. His eyes big as saucers. It's so funny.
So he was high out of his mind. Good grief.
That was the
Oh,
day that we had to have a conversation with Nifty of please don't go into other people's things.
Please don't go into other people's things, and also don't steep mysterious tea leaves.
Please don't.
Ever. Goodness.
Mhm.
Ugh.
For context, our Nifty is the epitome of a chaos gremlin. Because literally a few minutes ago, she tried to make me drink candle wax because it's purple and looks like grape juice.
I'm not even a little surprised at this point. Nifty is such a creature.
She is such a creature.
Good grief. Have I have I told so, okay. I'm quite the night owl. I tend not to sleep almost ever. Um, but I was I was wandering around in the middle of the night, probably actually closer to like 3 in the morning. But I wandered into the kitchen and I
Mhm,
wanted to make myself a glass of tea.
mhm.
So I go over to the tea drawer, I open the tea drawer, I pick out my tea, put it in a teacup, I fill the kettle up with some water, I put it on the stove, and I turn the fire on. And in the faint light of the fire, meanwhile no other lights are on, I turn around because I feel someone watching me, and I just see 2 purple eyes glaring at me from behind a corner. And it's minorly startling. So, of course, I light the room up a bit, and it's just it's just Victor, standing there, staring behind a corner with the most blank expression I ever have seen. And I ask him, I go, "Victor, dear, what are you doing?" And he goes, "Huh? Where am I?"
Oh,
He was sleepwalking, and he'd scared the absolute Satan out of me.
oh no.
But it was so funny.
I didn't know Victor sleptwalked.
I didn't know either, dear.
Did you know?
No.
Okay.
Apparently he'd never woken up from a sleepwalk before until that night when I woke him up.
Oh dear.
This is new information for everybody.
Lovely. Lovely.
Ugh. I would like to talk about our little project we might be doing soon.
Go ahead.
So, as many of you probably don't know, because I failed to mention, we are both fictives in dissociative identity disorder systems. So we know that we're not source characters or whatever.
For
But
goodness no.
we have, and by we I mean mostly me because I thought it would be hilarious, decided that we'd like to do a little cover of Stayed Gone from our source. And
Mhm.
I'm quite excited. I'm ecstatic about it.
I'm also really
But
excited.
I just wanted to talk. You're going to have to rememorize all of that, dear. You don't. I don't think you understand how fast you talk in the song.
Oh, I know how fast I talk. I was about to make a joke. I'm not making the joke. That's not YouTube
Make the
friendly.
joke, dear.
No, it's not
I'll
YouTube friendly.
I'll edit it out somehow.
We'll figure it out.
I just want to hear it, dear, please.
No, it's a really quick song, but there are other things I can do to keep my mouth busy. Anyway,
Monks, dear.
sorry. The joke
Good
was there.
grief.
The joke was there.
I'm not editing that out.
No.
It's not like we were going to get it monetized anyways.
This is very true.
We've set
Instant
up a little
demonetized if we were.
oh, of course. We've set up a little recording studio, if you will. It's just blankets hanging from the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
It's not professional. Oh my goodness. Hello. Help, please.
What
Okay, it's fine.
happened?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay. Are you good?
Never.
Should have seen that coming.
Dude, I'm a serial killer and a cannibal. What do you mean, am I good?
Yeah. You're right.
Oh, we should talk about the little, case Spencer had been working on until it was solved, of course.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So, from what I've heard, which is a lot, I hear a lot of things. Um, our wonderful, incredible, definitely not traumatized system, but of course it's traumatized because that's how DIT works. Uh, some of our altars had been going missing just out of nowhere. And it turns out that they had been, uh, how do I keep this from getting this video taken down? Given silly juice, non-consensually, and blacked out, and then put into a large muddy hole, not a butthole, a hole in the ground,
Whoa. Whoa.
like you would say. The joke was right there.
It really was.
And it turns out that we have a subsystem we did not know about, in which one of the old persecutors has a subsystem of a worse persecutor and some guy, and that's it. It's persecutor, worse persecutor, guy.
Was it confirmed uh that they're actually like the host?
Yes.
Okay. Very interesting.
So, right, I
Yeah.
find it incredibly interesting.
I wonder how
But they
Panic's
were
gonna feel about that.
Panic has no emotions.
This is very true.
Panic doesn't feel.
Panic could give less of a fuck.
For those who aren't aware, Panic is one of our system's protectors. But they were being transferred to this big hole in the ground, in which one of our littles found on one of their very many adventures. Thank you, Otter.
Otter.
Ah, love that child. I hate children, but he's an exception.
Yep.
Um, he found this hole, and what had happened is they were in this hole and then being transported to like a mini morgue where they were being like tied to a chair and traumatized again, and he was like physically traumatizing certain people. I'm not fully aware of the details, but he was not great. And this person who was doing this is was known as the Knower, which is a very pretentious name even for me, the radio demon.
Stupid.
That's
I'm sorry.
very stupid. Incredibly stupid. Extraordinarily stupid,
That
if you
is the
ask me, which nobody
most
did.
stupid name.
It is, which is better than his actual name, which is just the name of a shade, white. If you're going to name yourself after something, don't let it be the name of the worst human race possible.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh
I'm
no.
going to get cancelled on that silly bird app.
Oh no, not the silly bird app. That's not a bird app anymore.
Oh, is it not? Oh,
No.
I quite liked that little blue bird.
Yeah, it's called X now because Elon Musk bought
Oh,
it.
oh, oh, the blasphemy!
I know. Give us the Twitter bird back.
Dear! Darling, we must start a riot.
We should. Give
We
us the
should.
Twitter back.
Give us the bird back. I would like the bird.
Literally no one calls it X. Everyone just calls it Twitter.
Of course, dear, because it's still Twitter.
Because it is.
It's just Twitter. I
It's
hardly
just
know her.
Twitter, but like now even more politically incorrect. Anyway,
There's nothing politically correct about Twitter, dear.
I know,
It's
but now it's even
Twitter.
worse.
Oh, dear.
It's even worse now.
Well, it can't be much worse than Instagram comments. Those are
Oh,
brutal.
Instagram comments. Oh no.
It's
I
it's
mean,
it's bad.
I think this lady got canceled on Twitter because she was saying she was happy to like drink coffee in the morning with her husband, and then a
Huh?
bunch of men were upset that she was
How?
happy spending time with her husband.
The audacity of people, my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know.
How
All
dare she
things
be
should go.
happy?
We should read Am I the Asshole? The
Oh,
Reddit, Am
dear,
I the Asshole?
yes, please.
I have
Let's
read it. Hold on.
I believe that we also have read it.
This is gonna be hilarious.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Okay, Reddit. Come on, open up.
Oh no, am I the asshole shut down?
No, it shouldn't be. Did it
It
go
is, it's
away?
transferred. It's transferred to AITAH.
Oh gosh. Oh no.
Hmm. Oh, okay, I have one.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my grandparents to die for asking to see my kids?
Whoa.
Um, unsure. Wow. All right, this one's quite short. I, 26 female, wasn't around my grandparents much growing up due to issues they had. I would always wonder why they couldn't see that I'm just happy I know the truth. I have 3 kids now and happily recently gave birth to my son. My grandparents wanted to know if they could come see the kids because they hadn't seen them and they would love to. They said that they would make it up to me and the kids, but I wasn't having it. This is very unspecific about their issues. I
Yeah,
wonder what
what
the
happened?
issues are. Um, they treated my mom so bad when she was younger. There's the specifics. My
Oh.
granddad uh
Oh.
M-worded my mother throughout her childhood. My grandma knew but did nothing. So after finding out that they did that, it meant nothing to me.
Oh
When
damn.
I didn't want people like that around me or my kids, and I especially didn't want my weirdo granddad being in my house. Understandable, dear.
Yeah, I agree.
My grandma was disappointed and cried, saying that she hopes I forgive her and her husband, but that wouldn't be happening. My kids already have good grandparents in their life, and I'm grateful. They only know my mom and their father's parents. Having my grandparents here would make my mom go crazy because she lives with me. I don't like my grandparents because of the way they didn't treat their kids well. Am I the asshole? Um, no. No, I believe that you're just trying to protect your children.
Yeah.
That
You're
that
not the asshole
feels
for that.
no, and I understand how people might think that, like, saying that she wants them to die might be a bit much, but honestly, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's Whoa.
Child
Wow.
diddlers deserve to die.
Agreed.
Do you have
Agreed.
one for me, dear?
Uh, hmm.
Oh, no. Hmm.
Oh,
Because
whoa,
I might have a
whoa.
couple.
There are two.
Oh,
One's a funny one and one is not as funny.
do the funny one and then do the
Okay.
not as funny one after.
Okay. I accidentally sent my husband to jail.
Alright.
Okay. My husband and I spent 40K finishing my mother-in-law's basement. She's a widow, still very active. I can speak.
Very attractive.
Yes. She's a widow, still very active, but my husband is going to inherit her house, and she invited us to move in with her, so we did.
Mhm.
Now, okay, I think that means mother-in-law. Mill. Okay.
Yes.
Now mother-in-law is
Mother-in-law.
acting like our foster child is a major problem to bring into the house, even though we asked. Mother-in-law, new foster child. Okay, all the abbreviations. Jesus Christ. Ow.
Stop saying that man's name, dear.
I'm sorry. I've met him. He's fruity. It's fine. Okay, okay, where was I? Mother on Mother-in-law, new foster child. I'm just going to say MIL and FC because
That's
oh my
fine,
god.
dear.
MIL new FC was moving with us. We finished her finished her space, painted her room, etc. But MIL says she doesn't like FC. For no reason, no behavior problems. She just doesn't like her, apparently.
Alright.
MAL refuses to give my daughter and FC a key. She doesn't want my daughter's boyfriend to visit. She keeps turning off lights while I'm working and bringing people into our space without warning. So her friends
Hmm.
have caught me getting out of the shower twice?
Huh?
We've only been here for 2 weeks. Oh no.
Hmm.
Anyway, TLDR, we had another conversation with MIL about these issues. It turned into a fight. My fault. MIL said she doesn't want us here. She said her name is on the title and it wouldn't be too expensive for us to move out. Okay. Oh, this is so long. I didn't think it was gonna be this long. I tried to leave and get a hotel, but my husband took away my phone and keys and repeatedly blocked my exit. But I managed to get away. I went to the neighbor's house and called the police so I could get my phone back. Well, apparently, he obstructed justice and per- perpetrated DV by taking my phone and canceling my attempts to call 911 through a Google Home device. So yeah,
Oh,
I
dear.
was arrested tonight and I don't know what to do. I'm gonna bail him out first thing in the morning. He's
Oh,
completely
dear.
nonviolent, no criminal history or prior arrests, but I'm worried he might divorce me or something. This is completely
Not
non-typical for us. We
not
hardly
the
ever fight.
asshole.
Oh my god.
Already. Definitely not. Like,
I don't think you're the asshole
I don't think
already.
this is an asshole situation. I think you're in denial of your husband's behavior.
Yeah. This is completely non-typical for us. We hardly ever fight, and we've never called the police for help. Am I the asshole for
Mm.
getting mad at mother-in-law? No, getting mad that mother-in-law doesn't want my foster child there. Am I the asshole for feeling like the basement should be our space since we're paying half of the mortgage and paid to renovate it? And am I the asshole for calling police to get my phone and keys back? I didn't want my husband to go to jail. He doesn't deserve it. But I accidentally got him arrested anyway. Help.
Quite funny. Nobody is necessarily the asshole in my opinion, but
Yeah.
your husband does have serious issues.
Yeah.
Goodness. Ugh, wonderful.
Lovely.
Well, I have one that is quite short.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for warning my brother's fiancée her wedding dress might cause problems? Interesting. Already, the title, it doesn't give much away. Um, so far it sounds like you're the asshole.
So far.
My brother is getting married soon, and his fiancée chose a very revealing wedding dress. It's low cut with a thigh-high slit and a sheer back. I'm all for people wearing what they want, but our family is quite conservative and opinionated, and I know this dress will cause a lot of drama, especially with our grandparents. Talking people walking out on the wedding kind of drama, oh dear.
Oh jeez.
Already also still an asshole with good intentions.
Mhm.
At a family dinner, I pulled her aside and gently suggested she might want to reconsider her choice, explaining the likely reactions from our older relatives. Okay. I made sure to clarify that I absolutely respect it's her choice and her special day, but wanted to at least warn her of what could happen. Ah,
Mm.
uh-huh.
Hmm.
She got very upset and said it's her wedding and she'll wear whatever she wants. My brother is now mad at me, accusing me of trying to control their wedding. Some of my family members think I was just looking out for her, while others say I overstepped. Am I the asshole for telling my brother's fiancée her wedding dress might be inappropriate for our conservative family? Yes,
Yes, you are.
Gently, though. Like, you are an ass for saying this,
Mhm.
to someone. It could have been handled better, and you did have good intentions, but OP is definitely the asshole.
Yeah. I feel like people don't necessarily understand that you can be an asshole, but you didn't mean to be an asshole. Or like you
Yes,
can be an
exactly.
asshole, but you could have had like the best intentions,
Yeah, agreed.
which I feel like this person had good intentions,
Oh, absolutely.
but
Yeah,
the
definitely the
asshole.
asshole there. Alright, it's your turn, dear.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to decide between either this one or the one below it. One's from 3 hours ago, and the other's from
Oh,
9.
dear.
Okay, so I could either do, am I the asshole for not donating PTO to my coworker? Or am I the asshole for wanting to break up with my girlfriend because she won't have sex with me due to trauma? Oh,
Um,
it's an update.
oh, dear.
Mm.
Is there an original post to that one? Because 'Cause I'm quite curious.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Also, Danny keeps laughing at me for drinking a chai with oat milk.
We're just fruity, okay? We're just fruity.
I am an entire fruit salad, dear, with
Love
fruit
that
flies and
description.
all.
Oh jeez. How long ago was that post?
I have no idea, dear.
Finding the update to that may take a while.
Would you like me to do another while you wait?
Yes.
Because I have plenty.
Where's the original?
Oh, dear. Am I the asshole for telling my stepdaughter she can have her dead father pay for the wedding?
Whoa.
There's an edit at the very top. She's 27 right now, and this was made 5 days ago. Dear. All right.
Oh.
I may have gone too far. You think?
Hmm. I love when posts start like that.
Ugh. All right. My now wife divorced her ex when her 3 kids were young. He was an addict. She met me a few years later, and we dated for 2 years before she introduced me to her kids. 2 kids really hit it off, but Kelly did not like me. Just really passive aggressive stuff, but it came way worse when her dad passed away. She did not take it well, obviously. It's a death in the family, dear. You're
Mhm.
acting like this is surprising. And resulted in a lot of outbursts. I wasn't living there at this time. She went into therapy, but overall didn't seem like it helped. She threatens to run away if I married their mother, so I stayed away but continued to date their mother. Over time, the 2 other kids started to stay at my place in order to get away from the drama. Understandable.
Yeah.
It was a rough time for them, and we bonded even more. When Kelly was 18, the 2 of us decided to stop putting our lives on hold and get married. Kelly hated this. The other kids were happy though. Every interaction I have had with her has been unpleasant, and I don't see her as one of my kids. Oh dear. Um, I
Mhm.
eventually adopted her siblings when they were 16 and 17. They asked me to. During that time, she destroyed a lot of her siblings' stuff and for quote unquote betraying their father. Wow.
Okay.
Uh, Now I rarely see her and I prefer it that way. The 2 kids have a on and off relationship. I paid for my 2 kids' weddings. I got a call from her asking me to pay for her wedding since I paid for the other 2, and I told her no. This started an argument about how it's unfair. I had enough and I told her to have her dad pay for the wedding. She hung up after some very lovely, colorful names. I may have gone too far, which makes me a jerk, but what does Reddit think? I think not
Ah.
the asshole, personally.
Okay. I'd say It probably could have been handled a little bit better, but I don't think that he
Oh,
asked there.
absolutely. I don't
Like,
think that he's an asshole, but he definitely could have handled it better.
I thought it was going to go way differently. I thought he was going to be full on the asshole.
I did too, but after hearing this kid's behavior, it's interesting. Because
Yeah.
obviously, trauma does a lot to a person's brain. Loss does a lot, but to a certain extent, blame that on you can't blame your behavior on it.
Yeah. That's, it's a lot.
Yeah, and again, I've never lost anybody. Well, I have, but I don't feel things as aggressively as most humans do. But I haven't lost a father figure or anything, at least not that I can remember, so I don't know how that would, affect a person. But you can't just take that pain and suffering out on other people because that makes you the asshole.
Yeah. On top of that, you would have to think that your dearly departed father wouldn't want you to live like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. You would think that you'd be like, well, I don't think that he'd want me to live like this. I think he'd want me to be happy or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it just takes a while for this person to get to that point. But until then, be decent.
Yeah. You can at least be cordial.
Precisely.
My God.
Have
Anyway,
you found the original?
I did.
Lovely. Quite excited for this.
Uh, am I the
You don't.
asshole if I break up with my girlfriend because she won't have sex with me due to trauma?
Yes.
Yes. Alrighty.
No need for the
Next
story,
story.
dear. We're done here.
Next story. Oh God. I'm just gonna skim through this. What is this? What is
How long is this post?
not very. Yeah, it's really
Good.
short actually. Cool. So my girlfriend and I have been together for 6 months now. We were dating for oh, okay. What, huh? We were dating for another 3? Okay. What do you mean?
So 9 months then,
Okay. Why do you say it like that?
because people don't know how to type,
Yep.
including me.
Okay. Early early in dating. Oh gosh, this person cannot type.
I hate it when that happens.
Early
I
in
can already
dating,
not read.
she said that she will only have sex in a committed relationship. I told her that's fine. Afterward, no, fast forward. Okay, fast forward a few months, and we're in a committed relationship. I asked her if she felt ready, but she said no. We've been out plenty of times, and she's already stopped before we go further and says, sorry, I'm not ready yet. Okay, valid.
Alright. She's setting boundaries over and over, which I feel should be a bit of a hint, but carry on.
Yep. Basically, we haven't had sex in our entire 8 months. I'm going 9 months. I'm saying
9.
we haven't had sex in our entire 9 month history. She has pushed me away anytime I try. Recently, I asked her why she always pushes me away, and she admitted she has some trauma with with SA.
Mhm.
Let's censor that.
Yes.
Some trauma with
Please.
SA.
Thank you.
We had a long conversation about this, and she says she doesn't know if she even wants to ever have sex. I want to be understanding, and I get it's not her fault, but I just don't know if I can handle being in a in my gosh, type properly. In a sexless relationship. That was the end of it.
You are the asshole, dear. If you can't handle not getting your chode soaked for a couple years while your girlfriend gets over her trauma, you are, in fact, the asshole.
I'm looking at all of the replies and I'm questioning humanity.
Ugh, they're all cis men. Don't listen to them, dear.
Lord.
Yeah, definitely the asshole in this situation. 100%. At this point, break up with your girlfriend. She deserves someone who understands her.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm a gay man, and I could be a better boyfriend than you. So,
Yeah.
I kiss men, and yes, to be fair, I'm also asexual, but I could be a better boyfriend to her than you are. So, think about that for about 0.3 seconds and tell me you're not the asshole. Thank you, dear.
Gee. Oh god. I hate that. What's this update?
Oh,
What is the
dear.
update though?
Please read the update. I'm curious.
I broke up with her. Oh
Good.
no. I appreciate a lot of your comments and support. To clarify a few things, I'm not mad at her for moving the goalposts. My now ex is a good person, and I don't think she is doing this out of any malice or anything like that. I'm 28 and she's 24.
Hmm.
She hasn't been going to therapy, and I did end up suggesting it, but I still broke up with her.
Hmm.
Some comments got me thinking that even if she goes to therapy, it doesn't mean she will ever truly open up sexually. Therapy should be for her sake and discover her own way of viewing sex, not to be able to have sex with me. Okay, that is the one good thing you've said, sir.
Precisely.
That is the one good thing. The singular good thing. The reality of staying with her is that maybe we'll never have sex. And as much as it pains me to leave her, I don't want to give up sex for the rest of my life. And no, non monogamy is not going to work for me, even if my ex would be okay with it. Okay, so at least he's not a cheater.
I do appreciate that. Despite his ass hattery, he's not all that bad.
Yeah. We calmed down, and while she was still crying, she accepted it. In our talk, I did mention she should go see a therapist for her own sake. I don't know if we can be friends, but I do know we need some distance at the very least. I know it's
Understandable.
for the best, but it still hurts. I do appreciate you all for your support.
I do appreciate that. I
Okay.
think he is not necessarily an asshole, but he does need to get his priorities straight and make sure to communicate that very clearly next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
The lack of communication on his behalf, just pushing her over and over to have sex instead of just being like, "Hey, I can't have a relationship if it doesn't include this," uh, makes it a very difficult conversation and situation to be in.
Yeah. And it makes having that conversation later even harder,
Mhm.
which it seems like the conversation was difficult. Anyway, your turn.
Oh, lovely. Ahem. Alright, which one?
I have no idea. I
1,
don't know what
2,
you're
or
talking about.
3, dear?
The mysterious fourth option.
There is a fourth option.
Okay.
Here. Am I the asshole for telling my sister I won't change my hair color for her wedding? Already no,
Yeah,
but I'm sure there's more to this.
probably.
There's always more.
He's
Has
always
never
there.
not more.
Yep.
My younger sister, 28 female, is getting married. We just went out of town to watch her wedding dress shopping. She did find the dress and say yes to it. We went out for drinks after to celebrate, and the conversation of me, 33 female, my light lilac hair came up. I get a lot of compliments when I'm out, and I think she was already a little irritated that every wedding place loved my hair. Anyways, she said I plan on asking you to be a bridesman maid in my wedding, but you can't have purple hair, you'll need to dye it brown. My response was, I worked really hard to achieve this color, and it's been my dream hair color for a very long time, and that I'm not dyeing it for one day, that it won't hurt my feelings to not stand up there with her and her million friends, especially considering I'm making her wedding cake and was already planning on finishing her decorations the day of her wedding. I told her I'd have to scramble to finish her cake and get in for hair and makeup, and that I'm happy to just sit sit it out and make sure her cake is perfect. Um, fair.
Yeah.
Already understandable. She's being very reasonable. She's not lashing out, she's not giving any invalid reasons. She's just saying, "Listen, I'd like to keep my hair and I'm okay with not being a bridesmaid." And also that comment about her million friends did make me cackle.
Yes. Listen, Linda. I feel like this person's name would be Linda. The
Probably.
the asshole here, not her,
Right.
not the poster.
There's so much. Okay. She snapped back with, "You're my sister, and I would like you up there. It wouldn't hurt you to dye your hair brown for a day. I love your hair, but it's my day, and I want all the attention on me and not your hair." I
So
simply
you're
responded back,
sorry.
"No, carry on."
So you're just an attention whore.
I mean, to be fair, it is her wedding, but the way
True.
she's going about explaining this is a bit much.
Yeah.
Um, I simply responded back with, "I still stand by my decision to sit this one out," and she just said that we will have a year to discuss it. There's absolutely nothing to discuss. I'm not dyeing my hair brown for a wedding. Therefore, I simply won't be in my sister's wedding. Am I the asshole for not letting anyone's opinions and guilt make me change my hair for a big day? There is an edit, but what do you think so far?
No. I don't think they're the asshole.
Me neither, and honestly, I'm worried for anyone that does.
Yeah.
As the dog is barking.
Oh no.
Rufus, I will fight you. I am
Little
not
Rufus.
afraid. I am not afraid of your paws. Okay. Edit. During our conversation, I did make a joke about wearing a wig, and she didn't find that funny, nor seemed keen on my solution. I also mentioned slicking my hair back into a low, pretty bun, so facing frontwards, so you wouldn't see much of my hair. That also wasn't a good solution. I did also tell her I would consider lightening my hair to a silver platinum, that way I could easily have it changed back to my lilac. I know it's an issue because my mom was defending her, stating it's just hair, and I can change it back from brown. Not the case, obviously. I'm dreading this conversation coming up again. I am a baker, parentheses, side gig, and I happily offered to make their cake. It's something I enjoy doing. I've always been, it's always been something we talked about, was me making her cake. However, it's a very extravagant four-tier cake that is going to be very flowered up. In my mind, I assumed I wouldn't be asking her to be a part of her wedding party, since I told her the morning of her wedding I'll stack the tiers and get the flowers placed how she wants. And I'll be in my own world getting that perfectly together. Never in a million years did I think there'd be an issue with my hair being in the wedding and getting the cake together all at once. Yet not the asshole here.
Yeah. Not the
I
asshole.
understand where the sister is coming from. I understand that it is her special day and you only really get maybe one or two in a lifetime. Uh, however,
Anyone with a
given this
blind eye
woman's
should probably
behavior,
look into that.
given this woman's behavior about lilac hair, I'm sure she'll have plenty of weddings to get it right.
Hmm.
So, you're not the asshole, your sister is the asshole in this situation, I believe.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
Well, absolutely ridiculous. Would you like to do, the last one, dear?
Yes.
You better pick a
Am
good
I the
one.
asshole for calling the cops on my sister after she snuck shellfish into my food?
No, not. But carry on.
Oh fuck, this is a long one to end it off. Why'd I choose this one? Okay, I've posted this on other subs, but it keeps getting removed, so I'll try it on one last time. I, 21 female, and my sister, 23 female, have never had any issues until last week. She and her husband, 23 male, had invited me over for lunch, which is normal for us. I have a severe shellfish allergy. Even touching it makes me extremely itchy. My sister is completely aware of this and has been since we were children.
Oh,
Okay.
dear.
Oh no. When I got to their house, she said the food was already finished and in the fridge. She claimed that it was just a tuna pasta. Yes, I can eat tuna and many other fish, just nothing with a shell. Okay, understandable.
Okay.
After she finished cleaning up, we had a short conversation about what's been happening in our lives since it had been a while since we'd seen each other. I got this strange feeling from her, but she brushed it off as I was extremely tired that day. She grabbed the food out of the fridge and served it for me. Okay, spelling is funny. Giving me a
Often.
spoon in case I don't like it. Okay, understandable, I guess.
Mhm.
I couldn't smell much of it, and from what I could smell, it just seemed it was fish. Well, I just assumed it was fish. But when I took a bite, I almost immediately felt my throat burn. Oh no.
Oh, dear.
I was coughing and grabbing at my throat, and her husband kept asking me if I was choking. Excuse me, sir.
Darling, she just took one bite and you think she's choking.
Excuse me, sir. My sister turned to me panicking and said and saying, "I thought you were exaggerating."
Dear what?
I'm sorry. I
Huh?
thought you were exaggerating. An ambulance was called and I was rushed to the hospital. I was thankfully okay, but they had me stay to be monitored for the next 2 days. My sister and brother in law had tried to visit me, but I told her to get out.
Good.
Kept apologizing and refusing to leave. I told her that I'll be calling the police on her for what she'd done, and it's literally attempted murder. And she lost it. She kept screaming at me saying, I know you're faking this. You always act like you're allergic to shellfish, so I wanted to test you."
Dear.
I had been pressing the call button for the nurse, her but they heard her regardless and had asked me if I wanted them removed. I said yes.
Good.
I explained the whole situation to her and the hospital security and eventually decided that with the help of the nurse and security guards, I'd file a report against her. My mother is
Good.
saying I'm overreacting and that I should just cut contact, but I don't know anymore. Also, when I was a young child, my sister had witnessed me have a severe reaction and went to the hospital where I underwent treatment. She was also there when I was informed I had a shellfish allergy. You may be wondering why I
Jeez.
never had an EpiPen on me. And that's because I didn't feel the need as she was my sister. Am I the asshole?
No, you're not the asshole. Your sister tried to murder you, dear.
Oh, there's like a small edit that says, "I'm not in America. My country has free healthcare, so I can't make her pay any medical bills for me." I mean, yay, free healthcare, but also, oh geez.
Yes, yay free healthcare, but dear, call the police. Don't let your mother bully you into letting a potential murderer go free. Because who's to say she won't do this again to somebody else?
Yeah.
Good grief. Well, what an odd one to end this on. Gracious. Am I the asshole? No, dear. Your
No, you're
sister
not the
tried to kill
asshole.
you. Well, thank you
Attempted
everybody for
murder.
joining us on this first episode of Radio Static.
Yes,
If
welcome.
anybody has any suggestions for what we do in future episodes, please let us know, and I will get to those comments cordially. Thank you again. I have been Alistor the Radio Demon, and
And
this has been.
Vox, the TV demon.
Thank you again for joining us, dears. All of our information will be in the description. Have a lovely rest of your evening.